Hello, welcome back to the Herbalife Nutrition Education Program. I'm Dr. Luigi Groton, Vice President of Nutrition Education. Lesson 1 gave us an overview of the 10 human life stages and what to expect in each stage. Now, Lesson 2 will focus on the different nutritional needs through the first half of life. These are crucial stages where most people develop eating and lifestyle habits. So every life stage will present different challenges and experiences, all of which may influence the patterns people develop. Let's learn about these first stages of life. Welcome back to the Herbalife Nutrition Education Program. Now we're going to take a closer look at how the human body's nutritional needs change from birth to puberty. Let's get started. As you can see, there are many phases in the lives of humans. It's not just infancy, childhood, adulthood, and old age. It's a more complex range of stages based on specific ages and the very unique nutritional needs and changes in each stage as our bodies grow, evolve, stay about the same, and then decline from peak health. Hormones change, the immune system declines, and the human body, like a car or a house, experiences wear and tear. Over the last couple of centuries, and the last century in particular, Americans have greatly extended their lifespan. In fact, we now have a higher life expectancy than at any other time in history. This is due in part to advances in medicine and science, as well as a greater availability of food and less physically strenuous work lives. However, aging is inevitable. Can you imagine living to 100 or 120 years of age? It seems hard to believe, but it is possible. And when you think about the possibility of living that long, or even into your 80s, you really can see how important it is to have the right nutrition and to committing to obtaining the best health possible. Believe it or not, you get the best nutrition of your life during your very first year. Mother's breast milk is a complete meal, and unlike any other food, it contains an amazing amount of nutrition not found elsewhere in nature for humans. Here are some fascinating facts about breast milk. It's the best nutrition in the first year of life and should be the main nutrition for at least 6 months. It's made only in the amounts the baby suckles, no more, no less. It has the right amount of vitamins, protein, and special carbohydrates, as well as healthy bacteria for the baby's intestines. The healthy bacteria grow by consuming the special carbohydrates found in breast milk. Among the proteins in breast milk are special proteins that protect the baby from infection and affect the baby's hormones. Breast milk is also known to help protect a baby's immune system. Feeding toddlers can be a real challenge. They tend to be picky, their appetites vary from day to day, and they'll often refuse to eat foods they've previously eaten and claim they never liked them. It's somewhat natural for them to crave high-calorie foods. By the time they're toddlers, kids have transitioned from baby foods to table foods, and so they're already somewhat familiar with different fruits and vegetables. But other factors come into play, like temperature or texture, that can turn them on or off to certain foods. Frequent exposure is the best way to get your toddlers to try new foods. And set a good example yourself. They're much more likely to eat foods that they see you eating. Toddlers can be taught to like healthy foods, such as fruits and vegetables, nuts and whole grains, if they are prepared in a tasty way. From ages 4 to 14, the human body goes through a lot of growth. It's a period that involves so much change that it's vital to get the best nutrition possible. Children need the right amount of protein and healthy carbohydrates from fruits, vegetables, and whole grains. Along with the right nutrients, kids also need to balance their calories with a good level of physical activity, especially to help kids maintain a healthy body weight. It's good to acknowledge the stresses of teenagers and try to focus on teaching and helping them to develop lifelong habits of great nutrition and regular exercise. These healthy habits help them to have more energy, and exercise is a great stress reliever. Young adults are growing rapidly, so they need the proper nutrients to make sure that they grow up, not out. Active young adults understand the importance of proper nutrition to fuel the body, and those who participate in sports are more likely to eat healthier too. Throughout the world, the problem of childhood weight gain is growing at a rapid rate. Just in the last 20 years, more children in the United States and throughout the world are getting taller and fatter than children did throughout history. Also, puberty is occurring at an earlier age than ever before. That is because both height and the age at which puberty occurs are affected by diet and lifestyle. Children are becoming less active, that is, not playing outside, but watching too much television, sitting at their computers, and playing video games, and not getting exercise at school or elsewhere. Another huge factor is the Western diet, including fast foods, sodas, and sweet drinks, fatty and sugary foods. Childhood is an especially good time to help kids develop healthy eating habits. Kids at this age start to become interested in where their food comes from. They're eager to shop with you and may want to help in the kitchen preparing meals. You might want to take them to your local farmer's market or even start a small garden yourself. Kids are much more likely to eat foods that they have grown themselves. It's also important to make sure you have established family meals with your kids by this age. Children who eat more often with their families tend to perform better in school and have better relationships with their parents when they become adolescents. It doesn't have to be every night, but a family dinner or even a weekend breakfast together provides an opportunity to set the busy world aside and spend time together. To ensure that children are getting all the vitamins they need during these active years of play and growth, it would be a good idea to give them supplements every day. One of the toughest problems for parents is knowing how to handle the influence of advertising on what children want to eat. Television commercials feature cartoon characters, toys, and games, together with eating high-fat, high-calorie foods with little nutrition. You want to encourage your child to eat a healthy diet of protein-rich foods, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, without making them feel deprived of the treats their friends are eating. The foods you buy in the store and keep in your kitchen are the ones your children will eat. Save fast food and sugary sweets for occasional eating outside the home, and don't make them part of your everyday life. Did you know? Table sugar and high fructose corn syrup taste very different. High fructose corn syrup tastes like a pancake syrup, while table sugar has a different taste. But the sweetest taste is the fructose found in fruits. Fructose is sweeter than either table sugar or high fructose corn syrup. When you encourage your children to eat sweet fruits, they will develop a taste for the natural sweetness of fruit sugar. Teaching children how to think about treats is an important part of giving them healthy eating habits for their whole lives. Some parents use treats as a reward or withhold them as punishment, but this can set kids up for nutritional problems later. When they grow up to be adults, they may turn to high-calorie, high-fat treats for comfort as a reward or to deal with everyday stresses. Such habits are associated with poor nutrition. When you want to reward your children, something other than food, such as a new toy or a fun activity, is a much better choice than high-fat foods, such as fast foods, ice cream, cakes, cookies, and pastries. Lifelong habits are formed by how you reward your child for good behavior. An occasional dessert after a meal is fine, but don't raise kids to think that a meal isn't complete without a sweet dessert, such as a cake, cookie, or pie. Some parents offer dessert as a reward so that children will finish their meal. This habit can cause them to overeat later in life. While advertisers encourage children to eat candies, ice cream, soft drinks, high-fat, high-sweet cookies, cakes, and baked goods, you can control the food you keep in the house. Some better choices than the most widely advertised fun foods are graham crackers instead of chocolate chip cookies, pudding cups instead of a candy bar, frozen fruit bars instead of ice cream bars, fresh fruit instead of a donut with a jam filling. Puberty, or the physical transformation from child to adult, starts earlier than you might think. For girls, puberty begins between ages 8 and 13. For boys, on the other hand, puberty begins between ages 9 and 14. Changes include rapid growth, body changes, and acne. This can be a difficult time for children who might feel self-conscious about these awkward years. However, balanced nutrition and a healthy, active life can make this transition smoother. Did you know? In the 1700s, puberty occurred at about age 16. But today, puberty is occurring earlier in many countries because kids are gaining too much fat, which stimulates their hormones to rise earlier than they should. While rapid growth rates are a normal part of puberty and a sign of good health in children, growing too rapidly can be an indication of excess body fat. Certain hormones in the body cause the bones to grow more rapidly than they should, so that overweight children often are taller and heavier than they should be for their age. This means that these children may be at increased risk of staying overweight as adults due to the changes in their body type. Puberty, or the physical transformation from child to adult, starts earlier than ever before. Many children may not be ready to handle these physical changes in their body at this early age. When puberty occurs later, children have more opportunity to mature socially and handle these physical changes. Puberty is associated with increases in hormones that make acne develop earlier in children who have excess body fat. Eating the right foods and achieving and maintaining a healthy body weight can make the natural acne skin changes during puberty less pronounced. Using skincare products and nutritional supplements together can help to control acne. From ages 14 to 21, the evolution from child to adult becomes complete. Starting and graduating from high school, usually graduating from college, getting first jobs, developing romantic attachments and stronger friendships, and to some degree, a moving away from the family in order to develop one's identity. By the time one reaches 21, all physical development is complete. Bodies are fully grown, metabolisms are established, and these adults enter into a world that is entirely their own. There is a great deal of stress that occurs during young adulthood. Peer pressure, media pressure, self-pressure, often for superficial reasons. Looks. Girls want to be as thin as supermodels, while boys want the physiques of star athletes. During this time, individuals also go from being entirely dependent on their parents to wanting to forge their own identity, socially and away from the family. A great way to handle peer pressure is to share challenges and solutions with other members of a group or club that focuses on balanced nutrition and a healthy, active life. Throughout these years, calorie needs are high due to growth and activity. A great way to get the nutrition and healthy calories that you need are protein shakes, protein snack bars, multivitamin, multimineral supplements, combined with a balanced diet and healthy, active life. Good work! You've completed another lesson in the Herbalife Nutrition Education program. In the next lesson, we'll learn about nutrition during adulthood. See you at the next meeting.